Good afternoon, Jamie. Thank you for
Hello.
joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Jamie is going to be one of 53 authors that's going to be at the Festival of Books and Creativity on June 29th at the 12 Mile Crossing at Fountain Walk in Novi, Michigan.
I'm so excited.
This is going to be really exciting. I mean,
It really is.
53 authors, 46 genres, and approximately 280 titles.
Yeah, it's
It's
gonna
a
be
lot.
fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. My eldest son's already excited. He's a bookworm and he cannot wait. He's been saving up.
That's always a good thing. I love hearing about the kids that come to book signing events and they want to buy books. They're so
Yeah,
interested. And I mean, with 46 different genres, I mean, we're going to be able to hit quite a few
yeah.
people.
I'm excited.
So you have quite a few genres yourself that your
Yes.
writing falls into. Tell us about your books.
Well, they all have a little bit of horror in them, but
Okay.
they run the gamut from sci-fi, mystery, straight psychological horror.
Ooh.
I love to write, so I have fun with whatever my characters give me.
So tell us about go through your the books that you have that you'll have at the festival.
Well, the first book I ever published was in 2014,
Hmm.
and it is a collection of short stories called "Oh the Horror." And it's just a small little book with a bunch of short stories in it in the psychological horror genre. And then the next thing I published was Bob the Zombie, and
Hmm.
the it's a collection of novellas featuring my friend Bob here, who's kind of a sentient zombie, like, but everything goes wrong for him, kind of like Clark Griswold if he was a zombie. Um, and the first story in this is available for free on Kindle, called Bob the Zombie, and it's been in the top 50 of horror comedy for the last 10 years on Amazon. So I'm pretty proud of it.
Nice. Horror
Thanks.
comedy. That's an interesting combination.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a tough one to do. It's not easy to get the darkness and the humor just right, but I have a lot of fun with it. Um, and then Bob spawned off my latest book, which is Saga of Land and Sea.
Ooh.
And this is the betrothal, the first book in the series, and it's about a mermaid and a green man that are betrothed to be married, to unite their kingdoms, and kind of the stuff they have to go through during this whole process.
Hmm.
So that's fun. And then the one I think I'm most proud of is this series. It's called Revelations. There's Cast in Blood, Cast in Fire, and Cast in Shadow. And sorry, all three of us authors worked on all three books as one voice. The
Nice.
publisher came to me and asked me if I thought I could do that. It hadn't been done in horror before. So I said, sure, I'll give it a shot. So the three of us went through all three books together. We wrote on all three books together. We edited all three books together, and we spent hours making sure that the voice was singular. And when the publisher sent it to a blind panel, nobody could tell. They all thought it was just one person that wrote it. So I was really proud of that.
That is awesome. So that is horror mixed with mystery?
Um, Urban fantasy,
Urban fantasy. Okay.
yeah. Maybe a little bit of mystery. Um, but my main mystery series is my Samantha Reece
Ah,
series.
yes.
Um, she is a Were Jaguar FBI agent, and
Hmm.
she hunts down serial killers.
Okay.
And
Ooh, I
the
like
fifth
those
book,
covers.
thank you, Jeffrey Koch Graphics does all the cover art for my books, and I just adore him. He's fabulous. Highly recommend. Great cover art for great prices.
That's
Which can't
awesome.
be, yeah, I highly recommend.
So you've got 9 books out. What
10 now.
10
Going
now.
to be soon to be 11.
Ooh, nice. So with those, Do you plot or are you a pantser?
I'm kind of a bare bones plotter. Like I'll have a one page with like six plot points, and it's like chapter 1 through 3, chapter 3 through 6.
Okay.
Um, and then, I just kind of pants at the time, following just the basic guideline, like, Sam needs to get to this place.
Okay.
And yeah, I have more fun pantsing than plotting, and it's great. Some of the things that come up, the fifth book in the Samantha Reece series, the Were Jaguar FBI agent. I just finished it. It's with beta readers right now, and I
Ah.
had a massive. My character threw me like a curveball at the end that I was not expecting, but it fits in so well with the book and the overall plot of the story. It was like, wow, all right. We'll go with it.
So that one should be out for June then, for the June
Yes,
event.
yes. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's called Within, and it should hopefully be out by then.
So with everybody that has so many books that are going to be there, people are going to need to bring wagons to take home all of these books and carry,
Yeah,
because you're not going to be able to carry them.
right,
And
I've got mine ready.
bags are not going to be enough.
No,
Definitely wagons. Because when
maybe
you get
maybe a
one book,
U-Haul.
yeah, U-Haul. Yes, please bring your U-Haul. Awesome. So let's talk about a little bit of your background. What got
Yes.
you writing horror?
Well, I was actually a zookeeper for 14 years until I have lupus, and that sort of kicked in real heavy when I hit about 27.
Okay.
And I was medically retired by my doctor. I was told I
Mm.
couldn't go back to zookeeping,
Oh,
and it broke my heart. And I really didn't know what else to do. The only other thing that I knew to do was write, and so
mhm.
I just started writing to deal with everything. And yeah, the horror aspect just kind of write what you know. So it just kind of came in.
So
And
is that what you primarily read then, is horror?
no, I actually primarily read scientific papers. I
Oh,
really like neurology and neuropsychology, so I read a lot of medical papers and things like that, studies. I find them extremely interesting.
very diverse from the horror genre.
Yeah,
Although zookeeping, you could really put a whole series on zookeeping.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
I'm considering writing some of the things I went through as a keeper.
So what else do you see coming down the lines for your writing career?
Hopefully, just I have some more novels coming. I do have a series that I'm planning, based off of a short story on my website, the site called The Lestrange Family Chronicles. But I haven't started that just yet. I've got um, contracts on the Saga of Land and Sea that I have to finish, and then on the Samantha Reece series that I have to finish before I can get into that one.
So are you traditionally published, small press or self-published?
I am small press and self-published.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
always
I
interesting to see, the variety that we have at the festival, that, we do have some that are traditionally published,
yep.
but the majority are self-published or small press published. Um, and
I almost went the traditional route, but then they sent the contract, and the contract was just an abomination. They
oh,
wanted copyright for life, which is,
ooh,
25 years after you're dead, they still own all the rights. They wanted all media rights. They wanted all digital rights. Just it's like, no, no way am I signing this. This
wow.
bad contract was so. Anybody watching, if you're getting into writing, please make sure you have an entertainment lawyer or somebody that's really good with law look over your contracts so you don't get shafted or, you know,
Well,
stuck
and
with something less than.
that's a good point. and not only have somebody else read it, but really truly take a step back from the emotional side of, oh,
Yep.
how cool they want my book, because that
Mhm.
in and of itself is awesome.
Yeah.
That they want your book, that is very cool and so gratifying. But read the fine print.
Mhm.
Go
Yep.
through every single line to see what do they want, and like lifetime rights.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
that's
bad.
yeah, that one. Mm, I'm thinking no.
And then yeah, and then so my current publisher, when I shopped it to her, she came back and I could not beat the deal she gave me. The contract is amazing. She is amazing. I love all of the artwork on my books. I'm just so happy. My editor, Sheila Shed, is just wonderful. I love working with her. So it's just been a really great experience with them.
And see, that's the thing too, is that there's so many small presses out there. And with the small press, you really can get a really good contract, because I've heard that from
Yeah.
a number of people with different presses.
Yeah.
So it's not like everybody's, going to the same small press, because then they're no longer small press.
Right.
But it is so nice to see that authors can get that assistance at
Yep.
a small press, but also with self-publishing.
Yep.
You can
Yep.
find your own editor. There
Yep.
are really good editors out there. But once again, whether you're going with a you're looking at the press, or you're, looking at what publisher you're going with, or whether it's your artwork or your editor, make sure you read that contract. What is it that
100%.
they're going to get out of this?
Yep. And look for things like copyright for life. You may not realize what that means, especially if you're a new author, but
Mhm.
that will, I mean, that's just the kiss of death right there. You won't earn anything from that, and you're better off not doing that.
Well, and the problem with that is that for you to get out of that contract
Yeah,
is
a lot
near
of
next to
times.
impossible. You would have to have a really good lawyer to be
Yeah,
able to get you out of that contract.
yeah, that contract was so locked in that there was literally no way out.
Yeah.
The only way out was if your books didn't sell well and they decided to drop you. And I went, I don't like that at
And who
all.
wants that to happen?
Right? So,
Nobody wants to. You don't write books so that they don't sell well.
so I was really, really happy to be with Devil Dog. And then they're also the publishers of Mark Tufo. He does Zombie Fallout. I don't. He's a rather large author and
Mhm.
um, just a really great guy. I love the whole stable of authors there. They're really good people. So it's just been a great experience for me.
And I am so glad to hear that. That is, and that's the one thing, is like, whether you self-publish, whether you small press publish, there are options aside from traditional
Yes.
publishing now that you can have those really good experiences with.
Yeah.
And how awesome to be in a great community with other authors
Yeah.
that are doing the same thing. If I recall correctly, Devil Dog Press, they primarily work in the horror genre, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they are focused. So they're not only a small press, but they're also they have a certain focus, which I think is fabulous with
Yeah.
authors.
She's really, really good at it too. She knows what she's doing and she's there every step of the way. Any authors have any, worries or upsets, or if you get a bad review, she's right there going, "Don't listen to them. Just keep going. You're great. You're fabulous, kid." It's just like she's the dream publisher for me anyway.
That
I'm
is
very grateful.
that is so awesome. And as far as reviews, everybody's going to get a bad
Yeah.
review. Some of the bad reviews I've seen, it's like I didn't like, and it was more about the blurb than
Yeah.
the book because they said in the I've seen them where they don't even read the book.
Yeah, I had
I'm
Amazon
like,
just recently remove one
how
that
do you
says
write a review and not buy the product?
Amazon just recently removed a review from one of my books that said, "I don't like the color."
What?
They didn't like the color of the cover art. So, they gave me a 1 star. Book was good. I don't like the cover.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wha
It's I don't it's
That
a
just
great
goes
cover
to
too,
show you
so
that even when people give you bad reviews,
Mhm.
it's really more about them than it is
Yeah.
about you and your book.
Yeah, it's, sometimes the reviews can be great. I learned a lot the first time I, put Shifters out as a novella. I was just starting, so I didn't really have the chops yet or the understanding of how to do things quite properly, insofar as timelines go. And one of the reviews on that, actually, I worked with her. She became a beta reader when I turned it into a novel,
Hmm,
um, to make sure, because one of the issues with it was the love kind of happened way too quickly.
okay.
So she fell in love too quickly. So I had to sort of expand on that and learn. And I was able to do that thanks to the review I got from it. So they can be extremely, extremely helpful. But when they say stuff like dumb dumb or the cover is I don't like the color of the cover, that's not helpful. And those are the things that especially new authors don't even take a second thought at that.
Yeah, yeah. Those have nothing to do with you, it's 100%
Yep.
about the reviewer. Yeah, didn't like the cover. The color of the cover. Not that
Right.
she didn't
Yep.
like the cover,
Mhm.
it was the
Didn't like
particular color.
yeah.
So, okay. Oh, so what do you do in your spare time, if you have spare time, um, outside of your writing?
I do a lot of baking. I am an artist. I do some painting and sketching. Digital drawings are some of my favorite things to do. Um, and hanging out with my kids. I'm very lucky they still want to hang out with me.
How old are they?
16 and 13.
Oh, yeah, they hit teenage years and they still wanna hang out with mom. That's that says a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm very lucky. We like to hang out and watch Supernatural and that kind of stuff together.
Well, awesome. Well, I can't wait to meet you at the end of June.
I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be in person instead of
Yeah.
over the over the computer, so it'll be great.
Yes, it'll be nice to finally shake your hand and thank you for all the work you put in.
I appreciate it, and I thoroughly enjoy putting these events on. So part of it is just a sheer joy for me to, especially to bring together this many authors into one area in
It's
such
gonna
a
be fun.
variety.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Well, thank you for coming on, and I will see you at the end of June.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. Bye, guys.